Hi guys, Ethan here from DIY Aquarium Filters, and if you notice from my um, YouTube channel, I've changed the name to Aquarium Chaos because I'm going to move away from making filters quite a bit. Yeah, and I'm going to give you an update on this tank. It's a Pico 5 gallon tank. For some people who don't know what Pico means, it's smaller than, I would say, 10 gallons tank, a marine tank. Larger 10 gallons or more would be called nano tank. It's a 5 gallon tank with a 5 gallon um, refrigerant sump, which is about add up to total 8 gallons without the rocks, sand and everything. So I'm not gonna update you with most of my fishes and livestock. Not that. I'm gonna just go on with filters, as this is one of the last filter builds I'll do. This overflow box, just made it myself using a plastic sheet of 1 cm. It's a black plastic sheet. Just use some glue gun to stick everything together as well. You can see the bottom, and just use some coral glue or super glue at the side if you want to, and just stick it down there. It's gonna be permanent, but you can take it off if you want. It's quite hard, might damage the glass, so it's gonna be permanent. Inside there'll be a pump, a very small pump, the size of this pump, and it goes into this hang on back refugium here. I have made it into a filter. I'm gonna show you how it works now. As you can see from here, the water actually flows from the pump to this chamber here and flows down, and we have the pre-filter. We have mesh bags and a sponge, a really fine sponge, and below this light I have a bag of media. I've mixed the media, mostly is Biohome Ultimate, Ultra, and some Seacam media. And for this chamber, the last chamber here, I split up to 3 chambers. There was a overflow here. As you can see, I've made it with some hot glue and some plumber's tape. Over here we have some force guard and some carbon right here to help with the chemical filtration. And as it overflows, it actually goes down to this tank. It's a 5 gallon sump, as I said before, and that's the output right there. You can see from the reflection right over there, reflection. Just pumps out water into this algae, macro algae called Chaetomorpha or Chaetomorpha, depends on how you say it. And in there there's a deep sand bed, not really that deep, about 1.5–2 inches, about 2 inches of sand. It's a live aragonite sand, and you can see some shells, some free shells. And, I have stones and dead coral skeletons just got from a friend. So it's live bacteria, it's all still and everything. So I see some algae growing on there. This is just a section here. I would say about 3.5 inches of Seacam D nitrate. And because the flow is so low in this tank, it actually does a great job in lowering the nitrates. But as you can see, even with the force guard and denitrate, there's still a high amount of algae over here because it's lighted 12 hours a day. It's this thick. Yeah, And I've put some coral in there. It's just some xenia coral. As you can see, it's pulsing right there. If you can get focus on that. Yep. It's a pulsing xenia. It's a type of soft coral where I don't really do go into corals, but if you guys are worried about this coral, it's okay, because you know it likes low flow, and that's why it's pulsing. It's pulsing because it's great water movement around its polyp. It's one of the few corals that can actually withstand a very low water flow. Some other corals can't, or where there's too less water flow like this, they actually start to die out. For this, because they actually thrive in low water flow. If I put them in the display tank, they actually stop pulsing. They just sway in the current. Okay, so after we're done here, what the sand bed actually does is support life and worms and all those. So it can actually help out with the biological workload, bioload, and the chaetomorpha. There's actually quite a lot of chaetomorpha right there, as you can see. It's a really great clump. It will start to grow and absorb nitrates and phosphates and everything. Help not only with growing copepods and amphipods for our tank, which is microorganisms that are beneficial for our tank. Because of the sheer size of this refugium, it actually helps with the nitrate and phosphates as well. Also with this CCAM nitrate, helps with copepods living down in there, the rubble, which is really good for them. For larger tanks, above 10 gallons, I would say refugium is not for lowering nitrates and phosphates, solely because the algae in here is not enough. But because I have such a small tank and large refugium, for the ratio of this tank, which is 1:1, can actually be quite useful. If you have, let's say, a 50-gallon aquarium, but only a small section of a sump to hold a small tiny refugium, then doesn't really work out, because the amount of algae is not enough, and most likely you need to use a turf scrubber, algae turf scrubber, which is something else that you can check out on YouTube. It's other people's channel. Actually helps with nitrates by a lot. Down here, as you can see, the sand, it's quite deep. It's a 1.5 inch deep for this tank. It's a really tall tank, I would say. So in the end, this pump is a same size pump as in this overflow, which goes up this pipe, and actually heated up this pipe and indented it to accommodate with the flow, as you can see here. So I can actually heat up the pipe to whatever I want and just bend it around. Got like that to make some surface tension, break the water surface right here, help with oxygen exchange and all those. So that's about it. My tank is lightly stocked for this amount of water, about 10 gallons of water. So it's just a purple dotty bag, strawberry dotty bag. I have one ocellaris clownfish and a clarky clownfish, red bubble tip anemone. As you can see, it's not really doing quite well in here. It's still acclimating to the surroundings. It's already in this poor shape when I bought it, so it's really hard to tell if it will get better or not. This really big feather duster worm, and a few fracks of corals. It's a kind of Pelithoa. I'll touch more on that another video. Peditoas are quite a cool coral actually, and yeah, I just broken them up, form 3 different sections so I can sell them or trade them with other reefers out there. And here I have a Halloween hermit crab. You can see right now it's facing us, crawling around, helping to clean up any detritus on the sand and rock. And I also have another crustacean in here. You can hear the snapping sound just now. It's a sound of hitting the glass. It's actually a pistol shrimp. It's really good, sifts the sand and all. Actually burrow in here. There's a entrance right here. Sometimes you make those snapping sounds at night when the crab gets too close to the entrance actually. And I also have a Trocus snail right here. You can see it really clearly. It's right there. You can see the coralline algae on top of it. It's right here, this part. Right in between the anemone and the fat duster. You can see a lot of algae going on the side, the back of the tank. I only clean the front of the tank, not the sides and all, because I actually paste it with tough sticker, which is black. So I don't really mind. The algae actually helps. It's a food source for snails and all. Also helps with the nitrates and all. It might be unsightly to some of you, but I don't mind it being the side and the back of the tank, since the background is black anyway, so it actually helps with the tank and how it looks and all those. So yeah, that's just a really short update on my tank. That's about it. If you have any inquiries or questions, please ask down in the comments below. And also, if you want to follow me on Instagram, I'll put a link in the description below. Please check out this channel. It's really great, I would say. Make filters and all. My past videos, but I actually start a new series about marine aquariums here, to teach about people, marine aquariums, because I've encountered a lot of people stepped into this hobby with marine aquariums. They don't know much and it's a total disaster, and they just leave the hobby, which is a really sad thing to see. Leaving the hobby is really sad, I would say, especially with the coming of the new movie Finding Dory. There'll be a lot of new hobbies that get hooked and come to this hobby as a reefer or marine aquarist, and they don't know anything, and I find it hard to actually understand all this. It's just a not really good plan down the road. So that's about it, guys. Thank you and goodbye.